Oh, we are getting close. We are less than 2 weeks away from the biggest event, a monumental happening, an event that can change the course of humanity as we know it, the voicing of opinions which will shape not only America, the United States, but the entire planet. And no, I'm not talking about the 2024 presidential election. We are talking about what happens when the ballots are cast. That is when you get implicit ballots. What's that all about? Well, the crew will be here in the Top Secret Podcast Lair. We will host a live watch party for the results. That's right. Implicit ballots will be live streamed from right here. Implicit ballots coming your way on Facebook, YouTube, and X, 8:30 p.m. November 5th till. Don't miss it. It is going to be a really, 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 really interesting night in a little more than 1 week from now. As this airing happens, America will make a very significant decision with regards to its future. Americans must decide between border security and open borders. America must decide between the perpetuation of class warfare or a decision to move forward together with all of us pulling our weight. America must decide between a globalist view or American exceptionalism. Where you stand for this exercise, it really doesn't matter. It's not of consequence. As this show moves forward, why? Because there are two things that actually do matter. First, you must make a decision between the two. Yes, there's no standing in the neutral ground on this. There's no playing Switzerland here. You must choose a side. And you may believe that you can abstain and that's not choosing a side. Wrong. Should we abstain from this decision? Guess what? This is a vote, or that's still a vote, to put it a little more eloquently, for the side that you don't like. It's that simple. Not voting? You might as well be voting for whatever side is outside of your feelings. Second, no matter what decision you make, whether you choose the candidate that is the globalist choice or the candidate that is America first, no matter what, this country will be divided. The divisiveness is guaranteed, it is expected, and it's actually, believe it or not, supposed to be that way. Hold up, I know, what do we mean? It's supposed to be that way. Well, it actually is. See, we're making a decision between what some people say and what other people do. We're making a decision between right and wrong. We're making a decision that, for lack of a better term, is biblical. And that's not an exaggeration. It really is a biblical decision, which Jesus himself told us about. In Luke 12, the words are just plain as day. He tells us, "Do you think I've come to establish peace on earth? No, I tell you, rather division." He goes on to say that fathers will be against sons, that mothers will be against daughters, that daughters will be against mother-in-laws. And for the guys here in the TSPL, we know that that one was pretty much always destined to be true and might have been true before he said it. I digress, right? But the point remains the same. And it's a good thing that we'll be divided. Okay, how do we wish we'd have harmony after the election? We do, right? We wish that it would be the days of milk and honey, but guess what? It won't. We don't make a ton of predictions here on the show, but we will actually make this one. The election won't be the end of this division. Matter of fact, the election night, it's going to just be the beginning. See, before the night of November 5th is over, the one thing we can guarantee is that the fight will have officially begun, no matter who's winning in the alleged vote count. And that is why this is biblical, and it's good. See, as we've stated before on this show, we are a really messy species. And what was defined for us by Jesus was that some of us would choose the right path. Our free will would accept that we must respect life, that we must respect ourselves and treat ourselves as the temple that we're meant to be. Some of us would choose the right path of respecting others and their free will to make decisions. He also told us that some would choose the other path. Unfortunately, it's not the path less traveled on this planet. It's the path that is more easily taken, and the one that pursues excessive power, pleasure, prestige, and possessions. This is why we are going to have division in 2024, because those decisions, they're on the table. This decision is ultimately about respecting ourselves and respecting others. This is about us being powerful enough to not care what others say, but to take others by what they do. This election is about making sure that we make the right decisions, about making the right divisions. This election is about casting a ballot for your weekly whiskey. This election is like ensuring you're on board with biblical implications of the future. So when we come back, we'll give you what you need to know about this election and making sure that whichever side you fall on, it's on the side of your implicit bias.